Alright, today I wanted to make a quick guide, 1 to 300 enchanting. This is for my newer players just getting into WoW Classic. Enchanting has the potential to make tons and tons of money as you get some of the certain recipes out of the raids. And then you can essentially offer your services in the main towns where people are going to tip you anywhere from 1 gold to 10, 20 gold depending on the enchant you have. The more rare the enchant is, the more you're going to make. So let's dive right into this. So these are the materials you're going to need to be able to level up from 1 to 300. Now, I did use Wowhead as the guide overall, which they have a pretty straightforward guide, in which I'm going to highlight here of the route I would do if I was going that direction. So pause the video as need be to be able to write down or take a screenshot of the different materials and the different paths that you want to go. So first off, this is the different trainers you're going to go to, from Alliance to Horde to all the expert trainers, and the different levels you need to be able to get to the next level itself. So enchanting 1 to 135, that's where you're going to, 2 to 50, you're going to be enchanting bracers. 50 to 90, you're going to enchant bracers with minor health. From 90 to 100, you're going to go with the enchanted bracers with the minor stamina. Then you're going to make the rune silver rod. 100 to 110, you're going to make the greater magic wand, which is amazing once you start doing this. If you are doing this on a fresh server, this is where you can start making some money, being able to sell the wands early on. From 110 to 135, you're going to do the minor agility overall on the cloaks. Moving on to 135 to 225. So from 135, you're going to do 20 enchanted bracers with a lesser stamina. And then you're going to make the golden rod. Then from 156 to 185, you're going to do 40 enchanted bracers of lesser strength. And a lot of these, as you start to get past like level 200, where a lot of it might actually be items that people really use. So instead of just doing it on your own cloak over and over, you could offer it in your major town. Hey, I'm going to do this even at half the price, or even say free accepting tips. That way you're not spending too much gold to level up your actual abilities as far as that goes, because people are going to need these enchants as you get to the higher level ones. So like I said, 156 to 185, you're going to be enchanting bracers with lesser strength. From 185 to 200, bracers with better strength. Then you're going to make the rune true silver rod. From 201 to 220, you're going to enchant the bracers even further with strength. Then from 220 to 225, that's the greater defense for the cloak. Moving on to the bread and butter. So the enchanting from 225 to 300. So from 225 to 230, enchanted agility. Like I said, a lot of classes are going to need this regardless, so you can get a lot of your money back here. From 230 to 235, the stamina on boots, you're only going to do about 5 times. From 230 to 250, you're going to enchant superior health, which a lot of classes that maybe want to be able to do some PvP, that's not a bad, it's a cheap overall enchant to be able to get some. So from 250 to 265, lesser mana oil. Now this is only if we're into phase 5 where you could do this. Otherwise you need to essentially do more superior health or mix in some other items if this is not in the game just yet. From 265 to 295, you're going to enchant shields with the greater stamina, and that is going to be a great little boost. A lot of classes are going to pay for you to actually be able to do this. From 294 to 295, you're just making the Arcanite rod. And from 295 to 300, which for whatever reason cut off on the screen here, superior defense. You're going to do 5 of those. Now, when you're disenchanting, this is also where you can make some great gold. This is great for when you're farming different dungeons and you're able to disenchant everything. So depending on the level of the item is what you will actually get as far as the dust. So, level 5 to 25 items, you're going to get strange dust. 26 to 35 soul dust. 36 to 45 vision dust. 46 to 55 dream dust. And 56 above, you're going to get illusion dust. Now, you do have a small chance when disenchanting to be able to get higher level stuff, which really the one you would be after would be the large brilliant shard. And now that we're going into phase 4 I believe they'll release it where you can get Nexus crystals off disenchanting epic items out of raids that people don't need. So if you are the enchanter for the guild, you can start to make some decent amount of money. Those are all the common items I spoke of. Look on the screen if you wanted to see the uncommon green items that you can also get. Essentially, when you disenchant, you have a very small chance to be able to get the blue, a medium chance, this like 25% chance to get green materials, and like a 60-70% chance to get the strange dust and the low uncommon items. So there are different add-ons you can download to give you exact percentages in rough cost of how much you would make, because there are sometimes you could then buy off the auction house. If you use TSM 4, it actually will show you, there's a tab you can click and just search for, where you can search for items that were posted too cheap that you could buy and profit by disenchanting. So that's TradeSkillMaster as the add-on, and then Disenchanting add-on as well, to see the different chances you get of the items. So the end game chance that you want to get from reputation. So the big ones that you're really after is the healing from Argent Dawn, Revered. That is a great enchant that a lot of people are going to be going for. The greater resistance for fire resistance is amazing off Cenarian Circle. That is soon to be coming in phase 4. Out of phase 4 as well, the Cenarian Circle with Honored is the greater nature resistant, which is going to be more for phase 5 AQ. People are going to want the weapon with strength. They're going to want the two-handed weapon agility, which is coming in, I believe, phase 5 with the Timbermaw hold. This one's kind of a pain in the butt. Friendly's not bad to grind for, but the higher level for the Timbermaw is a pain in the butt. And then Cenarian Tribe, so that will be coming out. Looks like in phase 4 is where you can get the Brilliant Mana Oil and the Brilliant Wizard Oil. I don't think you can actually use it till phase 5. I could be wrong. I remember it being in phase 5 with AQ, because that is a huge power spike overall. But you will want to be doing ZG to be able to get these honor. So don't skip out. A lot of these are very good enchants to be able to have, and highly recommend that you grind out these reputations. Now looking at the overall best enchants for monster drops. I'm not going to go over every single one, but there are a ton of different ones. Whether you can buy them as a BOE, or whether they are bind on pickup and you have to do the raids. But the ones that really truly stand out for me, doing the Deadwind Pass from the Warlocks. This is like a 200 gold enchant, but a lot of people are going to want the superior strength on the bracers. Another huge one, obviously, these are cheaper, but like the riding skills for the gloves, a lot of people are going to want this. Crusader. This is where, people will pay you 10-20 gold per enchant, but the enchant is 800-900 gold on my server. So it will take a little bit, but as long as you're in the major towns offering your services, you will make your gold back on this one. Superior striking is another great one overall to get your hands on. A lot of rogues, dagger rogues, are going to be getting this onto their dagger, so it will be useful. For Molten Core, you want the spell power and the healing power. Both of these, a lot of people are going to want these, so you will get a lot of high tips off getting these ones. Other than that, the Fury weapon, a lot of lower levels will be able to use this, because it's like 10-20 gold to be able to get a decent enchant on weapons. So you do want to make sure you get that one overall. But there are lots of different great enchants to be able to get. Like I said, whether it's BOE or you have to actually grind these different dungeons / raids to be able to unlock these. But as you get more and more of these enchants and the reputation enchants, that is how you're going to really maximize your gold per hour, by sitting in the major city offering your services. The more of the higher end ones is the more of the tips you can get. But hopefully this guide was helpful. Please let me know which one of these enchants have you made the most tips off of overall. Love to hear your feedback, and until next time, game on.